Hello everybody, it is Matt, and today I want to take a look at how to update mods on Starfield. There's a few things to keep in mind with this, especially if you're not super familiar with how mods get updated and why. There can be mods that are being updated to add new features to go along with the launch of that mod on PS5, or just to fix some compatibility issues like with user interface mods, for example. First things first is to check and see if your mods have updates. So in the creations menu, you can go to the updated section and it will show you all the mods that have updates. The thing with that though is that it doesn't actually show you what version number that mod is when you're looking at it here in creations. Sometimes the mod author will put that in the description as well, which is handy. Otherwise you won't see that version number unless you download the mod and then look at it in your loader. So what's the importance of a version number? Well, you know if you have the latest version of that mod. Or, well, you should. When a big update for this game happens, you also want to be looking at when the mod was last updated rather than just focusing on version numbers. To do that, you can look at your updated mods in the game here in the creations menu and then find that mod on Bethesda.net and see what the latest update to that mod was. And you can see the version number as well as when that was updated. So if you're on desktop, head over to Bethesda.net, select Starfield under Creations and Mods, and then you'll be taken to this page. Click on All, and then you can sort on the right hand side here by recently updated. And then you can choose your console up top, and then it will sort everything that is recently updated for the game. If you're logged in, you can also look at your library and then look at the recently updated mods that way. You can get here as well if you're on a phone or tablet. You'll just hit the filter button here to make those selections. Okay, so now what? You know what mods need to be updated. What do? Well, you can update in-game by going to that updated section. However, with bigger mods, you might run the risk of potentially things not copying correctly when you download, and something could go wrong with the update. So the best thing to do would be to delete the mod itself and then reinstall it. The version number should change, but not always, and that's why it's important to look at when the mod was last updated. For Rabbit's Real Lights New Atlantis, I knew there was an update for this mod because the author posted on Reddit, so there could always be a new mod that was created in its place that just has the older version number. Or if it can be changed by mod author, maybe it doesn't get changed. The version number was different on Bethesda.net for the AKILA version of this, and then it also updated in-game. And another one with the version number not changing was StarUI HUD, but I can see that the mod was updated on April 29th, 2026. Another thing to keep in mind with this is if you go back to the creations menu and see that updated section, you might see the mod that you just did all that for. This is probably like a server bug or something to do with creations because it's been around for a hot minute. Now that you know how to check these things, you'll know if you're just seeing the bug. Now, what happens when you try to load a save with your load order now being changed? Well, pay attention to these pop-ups when you try to load a save. In my list, I updated mod, but then I also deleted one and then installed another. If I load a save here, it asks me if I want to download PraxisUI Inventory. The original mod, PraxisUI Inventory, was actually not going to receive any further updates. There was a separate mod made to actually hold all of the updated versions of it. So I deleted that one and then installed the new one. So that's why the game is asking me if I want to download the old one, which is a no. This next pop-up, you'd want to hit current because you want to load it with your current loader. And then it'll ask again if you're sure because some objects might not be there and you can hit yes. As mods get updates and when I switch stuff out, kind of like I showed earlier in the video with the Real Lights mods, then I would do the same thing. Now, if any of that freaks you out, feel free to load up your game before you do all of this, make a new hard save, and then that could act as your test save. Almost like the same idea as the Skyrim, like save in a cave, just save away from anything that's going to be changed. Just make sure you're making a brand new save rather than using quick save or relying on autosave. I hope that this was helpful for you if you're unsure of a couple things. These are just a few things that I noticed when I was updating mods and just the difference between the version numbers and what was last updated. It might not be as important if you just started playing with mods, but for anyone that started right before the Free Lanes update dropped, you might have some mods that actually do need to be updated. But that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.